Hello, and welcome to Wednesday's edition of the program, Morning Ride. My name is Francis Ofulue, saying welcome on board on behalf of the board, management, and staff of the station.
My name is Blessing Usiagwada. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us this Wednesday morning. We are so excited to be here with you and to kickstart your day this bright day.
Yeah, it's been a very long time since I sat down here to do Morning Ride. Yes, I'm so excited. I've missed the program and I've missed having every bit of conversation right here on Breakfast Show.
Yeah, we've
Big
missed you
deal.
too.
Yes, big deal about today. It's the birthday of the wife of the governor of Delta State. I'm talking about Dickiness Tubere Oburebori. She is 55 years old today, and we celebrate her heartily, saying we should have many more years of vitality and progress.
Yes, our wife, the First Lady of Delta State, is a very incredible woman, especially what she's doing for the less privileged in the state. Just yesterday, she had a program for women in the state. So you can see that she's a woman who loves God and a woman who loves people. So we say happy birthday to her, and we urge her to continue in her good works, and may God bless her abundantly.
Yes, if you talk about her good work, then you're talking about the UMATA.
You have to work with other countries. So we'll see for how long he's going to go on with this isolation and making putting US first. It's not like when you put your country first, you have to let go of other countries. But we'll see how long it can go. For me, I'm just watching. He just got into power and he's coming up with his others.
Yeah,
And
Canada has reacted.
So-
Mexico, they are reacting. But Nigeria, we shouldn't react. That's
Of
a
course
very
we won't.
special
We'll just
warning.
watch.
We shouldn't react. Instead, we should plan how to make it better for Nigerians.
Exactly.
Good thing the U.S. Secretary of State Rubio, he decided to say, Marco Rubio precisely, decided to say that, hey, let's give Nigeria a waiver as far as PEPFAR is concerned. So those with HIV and AIDS might continue to get all the grants that we have been getting in the country. Just on Monday, the Federal Executive Council had a little meeting, had a small conversation, and they discussed so much about how to handle it if America turns its face completely away from Nigeria. They had to react. 4.6 billion naira was earmarked to handle HIV and AIDS kits. That was a good one. Another particular program called the Hope Program, $1 billion is planned to be disbursed via that means to ensure that if America takes its face away from Nigeria and the waiver on PEPFAR ends, somehow Nigeria can stand again. But the big question is, are we going to use those monies to do those things that the monies have been allotted for?
Exactly.
Because once we have said it, we have given these monies out, despite the fact that there is a waiver currently that is devastating the land. Recently, Blessing just told me a story now, just before we came on set, that really broke our hearts, and we had to put ourselves together just to continue the show. A 200 level student committed suicide due to the hardship in Nigeria. It's gotten to that point. I remember even as a student at the university, I didn't have it, very, very sweet. It wasn't a jolly ride. It was tough, even though the economy was not this terrible. But it was part of my parental training process to teach me how to handle life. But it has gone past the level of parental guidance now in making children know how to manage funds. The problem is there is poverty in the land and it's affecting people. That student had to take her own
A
life.
200 level student, mass communication student of University of Ilorin, 200 level, and he left a suicide note stating that he cannot cope any longer before he took his life. It is really terrible. The situation in Nigeria, people are going through a lot. Students are going through a lot. Even if the government, in some universities like in Delta State, we see a situation where the state government, they have this bursary for students. It's still not enough to help students at all. Parents are struggling to pay school fees. Now these students in school, they struggle to eat, they struggle to buy textbooks, they struggle to live. It's a hard one. It's a really tough one. This story actually broke my heart when I read it. 200 level students.
And it all started when the president, during his inaugural speech, said subsidy is hereby removed, and everything just changed in the country. The policies and programs of the president, Haji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, so far, I don't have so much criticisms against them because I think that at some point somebody has got to have the pluck to begin to stand and make policies that could change Nigeria. Maybe give us a little bitter taste so that we can have the after sweet taste like it's coffee or cola. However, it's quite bitter for Nigerian citizens right now, and things are not going properly well. Their own as well increased these charges because things are also tough.
Councils to mobilize their workers, mobilize
For projects,
Nigerians. To
yes.
come up. I think that they really need to stop. If they know that they're going to go for a meeting, a closed door meeting, negotiations will take place, that they should stop doing this. They should stop publicizing and making Nigerians feel like, oh yes, we're coming out to fight for you. We're going to come out. We're going to protest. We're going to stop this 50% increment. NLC needs to stop at this point.
I don't know. I'm thinking for Joe Ajero. I feel for him.
You feel for
somehow him? Because if I in his shoes, I don't know how I'm going to cope looking at my fellow comrades when I say we are going to go on a protest, and somehow along the line I have a conversation and I put the protest on hold. We are going to go on a strike action, and somehow along the line I put the strike. Would I have the pluck to talk to my people anymore, to plan anything? I don't know how Joe Ajero is coping, but comrade, we are sending you love and light. It's very tough for him right there.
I'm not sending you love and light. I need you
to
be a leader, and when you speak, stand by your word. We want to see you act and not just talk.
Well, he said March 1. He has had the conversation. So perhaps March 1 there will be that boycott. I don't know how NLC will be influential enough after all these.
At this point, I think
after all these disappointments.
At this point, I think the 50% increase will stay.
That's what I'm thinking.
But
let's see how things will go. Really, let's see if things are going to go bad or if things are going to change. But one thing we want to change in the country is the state of our security.
Exactly.
It's really very worrisome. In Niger State recently, about 6 bombs were found on the road. People just went around the road, seeing bombs planted some here and there, and they called the vigilante to help to move them. Matter of fact, one of the bombs, they couldn't take it out of the ground. They had to set fire on the bomb and then decided to barricade that area after they were not sure if the bomb has exploded or not. So that tells you how these people are living in perpetual fear, not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow, really. And Nigeria has got to intervene. The federal government has got to intervene. The era of just believing that security forces are just there for the name only has got to end. And the fact that terrorists are looking stronger, in the perception of the average Nigerian, more than security forces, it's got to come to an end, and that end has to be now. So we're sending strong voices for things to change down. We can't continue like this. So this is not just about the northern area, it also affects the southeast and affects the southwest as well. The Federal Republic of Nigeria, we've got to stand up and do something all about it to bring a positive change in the scheme of things. And on that note this morning, we're going to go on our first spot. It's called Street Talk. The conversation is on tackling insecurity in Nigeria. Stay with us.
Make it juicy.
There's been a significant increase in the rate of insecurity in the country. Traveling from one point to another is not even sure. You're not even sure that you get to your destinations because of kidnappings here and there, thefts here and there. Well, there are so many things that the government can do to tackle the rate of insecurity in the nation. So we're here on the streets to find out your points, to find out your opinion on what you think should be done to tackle insecurity in Nigeria. Welcome to Street Talk. I am Chinazo Frances Uche of Fojama. Now let's hit the streets. How do you think governments can tackle insecurity in the nation?
By listening to their citizens and making sure their security officers are well trained. That's what I feel.
How do you think government can tackle insecurity in the nation?
As the government, the aspect of insecurity in this state is becoming something else. So as for me, I think the government should improve on their security systems. They should put more checkpoints and in short, they'll be checking each, not only the vehicles, individuals also moving, they should still at least try and be checking, not only the vehicles, because sometimes they don't go with vehicles, they use their foot. So at least they should improve more. Not only, they should not just specialize on the vehicles alone in the aspect of security.
Right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. How do you think government should tackle insecurity in the nation? What do you think can be done?
Okay, for me, the number one point that the government have at hand is making sure there is a creation of job. You know, in Nigeria now, I know there are jobs, but maybe I think our youths, there are jobs that they don't like in this country. Maybe job that they feel like is so suffering and maybe out of they're educated and they'll now see themselves a very rude there. And there are so many other things to do, helping poor people. But the main thing for me, is creating a job. So if there is a creation of job, I think it should help to tackle these insecurities in Nigeria.
Okay, because you believe that if jobs were created and there were more job opportunities, people would have no reason to go and steal, to go and rob, right?
Then maybe paying those that are already working well. Yes. For instance, me, I'm a student, but I'm also working. I work in a private school as a teacher. If I'm being paid well, maybe for instance, I'll not have time to think of going to do prostitution or maybe to engage in other social vices. So that is it.
Okay, that's a good one. Thank you very much. How do you think government should tackle insecurity in the nation?
Well, first, lots of the problems that we are facing in the world are traceable to economic problems. They are traceable to economic problems, and it is due to hardship, due to difficulty that people do what they do. Yeah. So I think for starters, the first thing that the government should do to tackle insecurity is to work on the economic situation, the economic regression within the nation. If they can improve the economic situation within the nation to a very large extent, I believe, without mincing words, that the insecurity within the nation will decrease, because no one in his right mind would risk his life, put his life in danger to involve himself in anything that would cost him his life. So most of those who do these things are doing them because there isn't any alternative for them and they need to survive. So that is my first opinion on the matter. The second opinion is, first, we need to work on our agencies. We need to work on the police. Lots of them are incorrigible. A lot of them are incorrigible. A lot of them are just after their pockets. And it would surprise you that lots of them even support what is happening within the nation. I don't mean to blow things out of proportion, because I have seen it firsthand. I have seen a situation wherein the police came to a robbery scene, and after they made an appearance, before the next minute, the same culprits that were saw, because I saw them from afar, was walking free on the road. I was staggered by the situation. So we need to work on the character, the quality of persons that we employ into the service, because most of them are the criminals themselves.
Right, thank you very much. How do you think government should tackle insecurity in the nation? What do you think can be done to reduce the rate of insecurity?
For me, I think that this Nigeria now has a lot of problems at hand. Understand? So I think Nigeria should install CCTV. They should copy all this outside country style. Understand? So CCTV is very, very important. And police should act more. They should employ more policemen, and they should
Employ more.
I mean, they should recruit. Yes. In fact, a lot of things. There are a lot of things. The main thing for this, the main thing that causes this kidnapping of 18 is hardship. Everywhere is hot. There's no money anywhere. It's $3. So many things. You and I know the problem in this Nigeria. You understand? So that's the reason why even the government themselves know what to do to stop all this. The government, they are human beings. They know what to do to stop all this kidnapping of 18 that is happening everywhere. So let them try hard. But CCTV, see, number one thing, even all these African countries, our neighboring countries, they have CCTV. It's very, very, very important. CCTV all over Nigeria. Even where, and they should put it where nobody will even know that it is there. So CCTV is very important, and they should organize this and that, monitor those things.
Right, thank you very much, sir. The federal government officials know what should be done, so they should do what needs to be done. Well, let's find out more opinions on the streets. So, Papa, how do you think what do you think government should do to tackle insecurity in the nation?
Number one, our government is stealing us. They are thieves. All of them are thieves. If the government can stop stealing us, I think insecurity will stop.
Okay, so government should stop stealing us.
Yes.
And then insecurity will stop. All right, thank you very much, sir. How do you think the government should tackle insecurity in the nation?
Well, government should try to put law that will lead to the formation of state policing, so that if state police are in place, the number of law enforcement agency will now increase. With that, I believe if the number of police officers are much, the crime rate or insecurity in the society will go down, because in a situation whereby a crime is committed somewhere where there are enough police officers, they can easily apprehend the perpetrator of such acts. And in case of all these banditry and other things, you see, they are able to have their way, because the number of security officers, they are not enough. If there are enough security officers in place, I believe if an offense is committed somewhere within a limited period of time, because of the mass number of the officers, we'll be able to easily capture the perpetrator of such
Thank you. So increase the number of security officers and also properly train these officers. Let's find out more on the streets on what you think should be done to tackle insecurity in the nation. What do you think government can do to tackle insecurity in the country? What measures can be taken?
Well, so many people may have their own idea on how to define insecurity, but in a nutshell, a situation like Nigeria, the major cause or causes of insecurity is as a result of unemployment. Simple put. So the best way government can tackle insecurity is by providing jobs for the youths. Simple put, because never mind, because of unemployment, people are engaging in different sectors, crimes and all these things. But to tell you, corruption do not serve anybody any good, including the practitioners. So what I'm trying to say that government should go back to their drawing board by trying to provide jobs for the youths. Maybe they can engage in something like agriculture. They can engage, all this manual labor, like, going into mechanics, going into micro, economics. I mean, MICRO, microeconomics, not macro. So, as a result, all hands will be on desk. And when all hands must have been on desk, insecurity will be drastically reduced. So that is my bone of contention.
Thank you very much.
Very much. Thank you.
How do you think government should tackle insecurity in the nation?
Security
Insecurity.
in the nation.
Yes.
How they have to start working? There's no time again now. It remains small when you're at a house, they will come and carry you. Yeah?
Okay. So what do you think they should do? What should they do, Gongo?
Then we start it one by one. So many people are looking for job. They employ people. At least some people I know. If you employ them in this job, they will give you. What are we talking? They are wasting time now. They are wasting time. You remain very small, though, because hungry is catching people. They will just come inside your house. Oh yeah, give me 500 now. If you don't give me, I will kill you now. You have to go and look for it. This security is everywhere. It's everywhere. And I think this man there, let me not insult anybody. He's not doing any tangible thing about it.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Many have said that creating job opportunities would curb insecurity in the country. Some have also said that recruiting more police officers and making sure that they are well trained would curb insecurity. Some have also said that installing CCTV cameras in specific locations would curb insecurity. These are the many opinions that we have heard on today's edition of Street Talk. Till when we come your way again next time, this is Delta TV, the People's Pride, and I am Chinazo Frances Uche Fajama.
Jemale make it juicy.
If tanker wey carry fuel fall or pipe wey carry fuel for underground burst, wetin you go do? You go begin bail fuel put for your bucket, or you go run comot far far for where the fire go soon come. Na only small time you get to take this wise decision. Waka comot, know